Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to part 12 of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Today we're going to our final Disney World, guys. This is the last one that we are going to be exploring, and it is Neverland. And as soon as we beat Neverland, we're going to be entirely jumping into endgame stuff, and I've actually finished recording all of the gameplay for Terra's story. So honestly, including this part here, we have 3 parts left of his story before we will finish his story up, and we'll be moving on to another character. And for this part will go through all the way of completing Neverland, and then as soon as we complete Neverland, we'll be starting up in the next part with all the endgame stuff. And I was actually surprised in how quickly that took me to do. Because I keep forgetting, though, that if you guys played these HD remixes on the PS3 back in the day, the load times were a little bit crazy. But now with the PS4, they've been really, there's hardly any load times at all. So I was, really surprised when I finished recording the ending of Terra's story. I'm like, oh, wow, that only took that long with credits? Jeez. Now, the one thing you're going to notice in this world right here is that using magic against the unversed here, unless you're, at a higher level, as you can see just right there, it's not going to do anything much. So you almost really kind of have to stick to your physical attacks, and you really need to be careful, otherwise these guys can really take a good chunk of health out of you. But yeah, for some reason, these guys, the unversed in Neverland, aren't really going to do much damage with your magic unless you're at probably at least a couple levels higher. That's why it's kind of best to use the magic to get into a command style and then just go nuts.
Oh yes, Captain, completely. We would have cleaved those fiends to the brisket, we would. Why, I'd have given them a little of this and this.
And don't think your efforts mean you'll get a share of me treasure, understand?
I'm not after your
Now let's go over the story for Terra in Neverland. Now, Terra, once again, is the first to arrive in Neverland. And I'm not sure if I brought it up in the other parts, but I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a retrack here for you guys, in case you guys are curious of who arrives where. Enchanted Dominion, Terra arrives first. Castle of Dreams, Terra arrives second. Dwarf Woodlands, Terra arrives first. Radiant Garden, they all arrive around the same time. Disney Castle, doesn't matter. Olympus Coliseum, Terra arrives first. Deep Space, Terra arrives first. And in Neverland, Terra arrives first. Just had to get that out of the way so you guys are... I didn't think I brought it up in the last couple of videos. So now what's going to happen in this story with Terra is that Captain Hook basically finds out that Terra is very serious about protecting light, whatever kind of light that may be. So Hook tells Terra of how there's a boy named Peter Pan who's going to try and steal the light. And Terra being, a defender of said light, he decides to help Captain Hook protect the treasure chest, trying to get it all the way to Skull Rock and keeping a lookout for Peter Pan.
Right. I got you covered.
So essentially, we're just going from point A to point B. We're going all the way to Skull Rock. We're going to hand off the treasure, and then we'll get into the ending of that part, and that's essentially it for Terra in Neverland. And I will say, though, guys, the next part, we're going to have a couple of minutes devoted specifically to story cutscenes, but then it's going to be gameplay throughout, because we're going to be approaching the end game very, very soon. And it is weird to me, because I feel like we're almost done beating the game, but then I just realized, oh wait, I still have 2 more characters I have to play. I have to do all this stuff over again. But it's okay. I've still got some time to do all this stuff, and I want to try and get it working as quickly as I can. I've actually been really fortunate and lucky enough to finally get back into the current job I've been working at for years at home because of everything that's been going on. So now in the beginning of June, I'll actually be able to go and start working again, which I'm really, really lucky and really grateful for, so I can get back to work and start making money now that I'm fresh out of college. Which kind of means that, once I start working, guys, there's going to be a little bit of a change to my regular schedules and when videos get uploaded. But what this whole last week of May, I'm really going to be trying to really get as much to you guys as possible, because You know, because once that new game that I was talking about comes out at the end of June, you know, there's already going to be like a little lack of uploading just because, one, I want to take my time to actually, you know, I want to play it, but also I want to do it for you guys, so I want to make sure I'm good at it. But also, this just gives me enough time to really just finish Birth by Sleep. And with how quickly it took me to beat Terra's Story, you know, it shouldn't take us that long to complete the others. But that's why I'm really going to use this last week of May to really just go all out and record as much as I can. I want to try and think of a strategy where I can record a couple videos at a time, do the commentary, and then get those uploaded to you guys as quickly as possible. But I don't think it should be a problem. You guys are still going to get it. I'm not going to be holding off on Birth by Sleep anytime soon. Even if for some freak, like we get to the point where it's the end of June where I'm going to start the new game and I haven't completed Birth by Sleep yet, which I would be very surprised because I feel like I will. I will have this game beat before then, but just in case, you know, I'm not going to hold off Birth by Sleep. I already have one character beat. I have to beat the other, so have no fear. Birth by Sleep will be completed. But as far as the rest of the Kingdom Hearts series go, well, that will kind of have to wait because I do want to play this new game for you guys. And I will say, though, that when Square Enix decides to let go of some of the restrictions for Final Fantasy VII Remake, you guys can definitely expect me doing a walkthrough of that because that game was phenomenal. And yeah, I did say, I might have said this again, but I'll just bring it up again, that if I could really beat Final Fantasy VII Remake within a good time period and do it for a playthrough, you guys, I would. But the problem is, it's just kind of like with what Kingdom Hearts did, where once you enter the final chapter of 7 Remake, it's completely blocked out, so I wouldn't be able to show you guys that. So, unfortunately, there's nothing I can do, especially with the technology that I have. I can't record that anyways. So, unfortunately, Final Fantasy VII Remake probably won't be having any time soon unless Square decides to ease up on the restrictions and let you record that final chapter. But I will say, though, if Square Enix does do that, that is something that I would definitely do for my channel, because I love that game. If any of you have not played Final Fantasy VII Remake, oh my god, what are you doing? If you can't find a physical copy, go on the PlayStation Store and just go get it that way. It is worth it. I can promise you that. Fantastic game. Okay. So now we're currently at Mermaid Lagoon. We just have to cross this area here. We'll be right into Skull Rock. And I'm going to show you guys where you can find a really good move for Terra. I believe it's called Ars Solem, I think. I could be pronounced this wrong, so if I am, somebody correct me down in the comments below. But I think it's called Ars Solem. It's this really powerful move that Terra has that can really help you take out a lot of enemies, and you'll see when I get it. But what you want to do is, once you get to the entrance of Skull Rock, you want to go where I'm going and follow some of these unversed. Take them all out. Yeah, magic doesn't do jack to them in this. And then what you'll want to do is, after I get that treasure chest, you'll want to jump all the way up here. A little bit of some platforming, but nothing bad. Take out this guy. And then you have an entrance into the cave right here. It won't start that cutscene, but what you want to do is walk all the way up to this ledge. And then you want to use your air slide and double impact, your extra boost of a slide, to get you across from there. And there's where you'll find it. It's this really good attack that Terra has. And here's how good it is. It takes up 2 command slots, so that's how good it is. It's really, really good. And I do show it off, so you'll see for yourselves.
Well done.
So now we've delivered the chest over to Hook. And now Smee is going to tell Captain Hook what he saw. Apparently he saw a shooting star, and explaining that the shooting star didn't, blink out. It's still, like, twinkling. So Smee thinks that it's, it's something else. It could be some, like, priceless gems, some rubies, whatever. but ultimately it's something else, and that kind of hints at when one of our other characters arrive here next.
Idiot! Why didn't you tell me?
So that's going to lead into some of the other characters coming in. But as far as for Terra,
Step away. I trust you can see to things.
Hook is hoping that he'll just stay and guard the treasure until he gets back.
It's here. I'll be waiting.
Which Terra agrees, and, you know, if Peter Pan comes his way, he's ready for him. So now they go off, and we move on with the plot.
That old codfish looks like he's found himself a new flunky. I'll fly down and distract him. Men, you move in and nab the treasure.
Now this is something interesting that really only happens once in the Kingdom Hearts series, and that is we actually get to fight a Disney hero. That being, we're actually going to fight Peter Pan. Now, some of the fight has been different throughout the different games. I think in the PS4 version and PS3 version, you have to take out all of Peter Pan's health. But I remember back in the PSP game, you only had to knock Peter Pan's health down to a certain point before you would trigger the event. But I think in terms of now, you actually have to take out all of his health. Oh no, okay, I was wrong. You only have to take his health down to a specific point and then you automatically win. You don't have to actually beat him. But you definitely want to start off the battle using a shot lock command, because then that could really just make the battle go by a lot quicker.
No, not yet, you blockheads.
Hey,
And now the kids have the chest. They're taking away the light, and oh, what is this? It's just jewels and shiza. Terra has been tricked by Captain Hook.
Pirate treasure, of course.
What a waste.
Doubloons.
What
You know,
a waste.
usual stuff.
I've been guarding a pile of loot.
Sounds like you've been tricked.
I'll say. I owe you an apology. I picked a fight over nothing.
Oh, it was all in good fun. Not every day I get to fight such a good swordsman.
Yeah, this is the only time that the game really has us fight like one of the heroes of like a Disney hero.
Which way did Hook go?
And I kind of like how they did that. It's a little bit something different. And I think it would have been cool to fight some of the other heroes. But, you know, Peter Pan, I'll take it. Even though we technically don't take out all of his health. So now Peter thinks the shooting star that Terra mentioned to him is probably Tinkerbell, which could be true. So now he goes to go and save her, and Terra's just bye-bye. And we got to deal with Peter Pan. Now, you would think we would be done with the world, but oh, no, 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 no. We're not done with the world just yet. We still have one more thing to do, guys, and that is the final boss of Neverland. Earth is shaking. Uh-oh. Monsters. Uh-oh. I think we know what this means. But before I go in there, I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a little more extra experience. Why? Because I can. Now, nothing's going to happen to the kids while you're doing this, so don't worry about that. You're all good. The Unversed have some really good battle themes. And I like how they kind of brought those back for 3. You all remember these guys, right? Well, I told you they weren't gone. Alright, so basically, you're not necessarily eliminating all of them, but you just have to eliminate a good portion of them. But hey, you're still getting experience for this, so don't worry. This is really great for getting some experience boosting. It'll take you a little bit, but hey, see if you look at the top left corner, you can see how fastly I'm gaining this experience. You just want to make sure you kind of get out of the way because they can swarm you, and it could lead to very bad outcomes for your health. But they've only got literally a pinch of health, so it's nothing too bad. And they do drop HP orbs, so you really won't be in that much danger. But, you know, just kind of be aware of your surroundings. And that's all there is to it. And that was our final boss of Neverland. So now let's wrap up this story here. Because after this, guys, we're in the end game now. For Terra. We still got a lot of stuff to do.
Go hide. Fine. All's well.
Alright, so Hook is back. And uh-oh, he's got Tinkerbell.
Can I take a look?
Biggest mistake right there.
So long as I have his precious pixie, Pan's demise is all but assured.
And Terra let Tinkerbell go because he's a good guy.
You know, I didn't give it that much thought. Just doing what my heart tells me.
That's mutiny, and you'll walk the plank for it.
Still would have been cool if we kind of got to fight Hook as Terra, because Terra's ready to go, but that's going to be our thumbnail. But Hook doesn't like crocodiles, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty, we are coming up on a minute left of this part. But ladies and gentlemen, I mean, like I said, for Terra, no more Disney Worlds. That's it. That journey has come to an end. When we meet up in part 13, we are now in endgame territory. Which means there's going to be a lot of story content. It's going to get very emotional. It's going to be very epic. But hey, Terra's story has got to end because we got to move on to Ventus and Aqua, and we gotta keep this game going. So first things first, I'd like to say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little adventure through Neverland. And like I said, it's time to end Terra's story. So I will see you guys next time for the beginning of the end for Terra. Have a good one, guys, and I will see you next time.
So much for the pirate treasures.
Did you guys really want the jewels and gold that badly?
Nah, we don't care about that stuff.
But Pan was counting on us.
I'll tell you what. Put the stuff that's really special to you in there. That can be your treasure.
Yeah! Real swell idea. Thanks.
Kind of makes me wonder what I'd put in there.